Hi everyone. I am Aikika. Welcome to Fiber Dragon live Stitch with me. And boy, I tell you, it is live because I have gone completely rogue. I was almost thinking, you know what, I'm not going to go live today. There's just a lot that's changed and everything. And I was like, let's be real here. Okay, so I've gone completely rogue. I've broken all the rules. So let's get into it. All right. So first, I was able to switch my camera position. So hopefully this will work. There's a good chance I will bump it a lot based on where it is positioned. So we will have to see. Oh my gosh, I didn't even set anything up. It doesn't look pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the other thing, I definitely changed my camera position, and so I'm dealing with that. There's a camera stand here where I stitch now. We'll see how this works. But at least it's not upside down anymore. And also, I changed my piece that I'm working on. So fear not, I have not given up on curiosity. So let's take a look at this real fast. Oh, see, I just bumped the mic. Look at this. We're off to a fantastic start. So curiosity. I got up into I believe this is the bottom of her wing because this is her skirt and this is the bottom of her wing. And I did this when I did the leaves down here as well. I get really burnt out on it. It's a lot of detail. It's a lot of single stitch, cut, single stitch, cut, single stitch, cut. So I burn out on it. And last time when I was working heavily in the leaves, because I was doing these and these, and then I moved over here, was I got a couple of really small pieces to do for my children for Christmas. And I zoomed through those and they were fast. They worked up quickly. And it kind of got me back in the frame of mind to work on this again. So I do intend on working on curiosity today. But I kind of need a little bit of a break. I think I will. I think I've only got like 20 or 30 stitches left in here. Oh, I told you I was going to bump things. And so I should be able to get it done quickly and move the hoop. But I really hit a burnout point with it. And I don't want to burn out on this piece because I love it. But part of me also knows as soon as I move the hoop, I'm going to be coming back into a lot of confetti stitching because we're going to be working on the main body of the fairy, which is very exciting. I'm excited to work on it, but I could feel that burnout hitting. So rather than starting to resent working on this, last night I started to take a break. Reach for the picture. And I started working. Oh, this will be an adventure. I started working on Friends, and that is the picture of Friends. This is a piece that my son chose for himself. He does actually want a pillow. And I figured, you know what? If I hold off too long on making this one, he's probably going to grow out of it and not want it anymore. And I don't want it to be that long. I needed some easy stitching. I needed some block stitching, and I wanted to try the diagonal parking method and really give it a go, but I didn't want to do it mid-piece and on one of my bigger pieces because I tend to get overwhelmed with the threads, whereas this piece doesn't have as many colors, so in theory should not be as many parked threads. So this is designed by Thistles, and let me see, I actually have her name. It is Liezbeth Gottschall. Designed and stitched the picture pattern, and she is at Thistles, is her company brand. So I think for a little bit, at least, I want to work on this some more. Um, the way that this one came is a paper chart, which I'm not great with paper charts, so I was really struggling what I was going to do because I didn't want to just mark it off with X's. Here, I'll leave that there for now. So I made a working copy of my paper chart, and I have started highlighting the bits and pieces as I go, and then highlighting, hopefully with a different color. It is a different color, but hopefully I can see it, of where I'm parking. So yeah, fingers crossed. I also did find the music was working. However, I did not have it loud enough. So let me figure something out really quickly. Get the music up and running. And uh-oh. Nope, that's not going to work. See, I told you everything was live and I was absolutely bonkers. How do I remove this? Stop screen. Here we go. I do want the audio shared. There we go. There's like an extra button that I have to click to share the audio. All right, well, let's get some music playing here, hopefully. Okay. And hopefully you can hear it this time. I did turn it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's fine. I think. So I'm going to move the pack because I don't want to share too much of a pattern with you. So I'm probably going to move that off. And move my highlighters off. Where can I set that? That's out of the way, but maybe we can still see it. Okay, so parking threads. This is not a technique that I tend to usually gravitate towards because all the threads on just kind of hanging out tends to make me panic a little bit, give me some heart palpitations. Maybe it's because I've had cats my whole life. This is like this is danger zone. What I do love is having clear spaces to stitch all the time. I love it. So every time I see someone parking and they just have clear stitches and aren't finding single stitches in between, I'm just so jealous. So I'm trying it again, seeing how I do with fewer threads. If it ends up making me crazy, I'll just stitch them in and we'll go from there. But I am doing block by block diagonals. So hopefully I won't get too many lines. Fingers crossed. I thought I could see one, but that's not even the line. So you tell me, I don't know. Like this, there's a gray thread right here where this, oh, it's just a spare thread. So where'd this even come from? I don't have my box in my normal place. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. I'm already deficit on water. I don't think I've had any. I was enjoying working on this so much. Like, I forgot to tell the kids it was time to go to school. We were running late. Luckily, caught the bus. It's just been one of those. My brain needed this stitching. So for this one, I am using the called for DMC. This is on 20 count Zweigart. What's the difference between Zweigart and even weave? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Someone smarter than I can. So and it is 20 count, and I am doing 3/2, which is also new to me. I think the most I've ever done is 2. over 1. So my X's are nice and large. I am going through thread like gangbusters. Hopefully I have enough thread to make it through at least the day, if not the whole piece. I do love oh, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing the images flipped here because I was like going to point at the picture. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. It's fine. You know what? We'll just be crazy. We're live. We're making it work. The chaos. The absolute chaos. So I kind of consider this a cleanser piece, even though it is slightly larger than my other cleanser pieces. For the fact that it's big, it should go quickly. I am not going to entirely finish it before I go back to Curiosity. But I have found that in order to keep myself from burning out, I sometimes need just something really easy that I don't have to think too hard on. Now, there was the issue with the paper pattern of how I was going to mark it up because I can't not mark things up anymore because I get very lost. And in this particular pattern, I'm not sure that it would matter too much. It is very repetitive and I could probably figure it out easily. But I do want to create the habit of if I have paper patterns for any reason, that I know how I'm going to work with them. I'm just not a paper pattern girl. What can I say? Oh, my name doesn't look spooky today, and we're getting real close to Halloween. This is what happens when you do things too quickly, when you make a last-minute decision. But that's okay. I don't, honestly, I'm okay with it. Because I wanted to share with you my process of I have the best of intentions and I work on curiosity. I work on curiosity every single day. That being said, I just we needed some space. We weren't getting along at the moment. And it's funny with this one, I was struggling to get it started. Just because my brain wasn't in the mode to work on 3/2, and it's not like the stitching is significantly different, but it is different enough. I'm trying to keep my parking so that it's not just threads everywhere. Since there's not a ton of colors, I'm hoping that's going to be easier for me. Maybe ease me into this parking method a little bit. I don't know. I'm still not sure for any of my big pieces that I could do it. There's just so many threads on the out and about, running free. I want them to be neat and tidy in their space. I think that's why I mentioned also I was pulling it back. I was almost off stream, wasn't I? That's why I can't do the floss drops as much either. I just have to figure out where this new camera position is, where my chair can be, where I'm comfortable stitching. Because I think the key here is I still have to be comfortable stitching. I wonder, let's See, I bumped the table and it's still bumping the camera. Let's see. Oh, close your eyes. I'm moving it just a smidgen. I see why. All right, well, that's going to have to be the way it is today. Uh-oh, now I messed it. Now I really messed it up. That'll do for today. I'll mess with it more later. Yeah, I didn't test my microphone. I barely remembered to plug it in. So, I think we're okay. All right, this is my last stitch in this 10 block. Well, that's pretty satisfying. But now I have to figure out where I'm going. This yellow looks different than that yellow. Those are different yellows. So which is the real yellow? I wonder. You know what? We're just going to roll with it. It's fine. Where am I parking? So normally I would say I was going to park down where I was going to work next, but because that seems so far from, so I think I'm going to park it right here. Oh boy, I'm already adding more threads than I was wanting. Such is life. All right, let's mark it that I parked it. Okay. And I finished that 10 by 10 block, so I'm actually going to mark off that block, not my fabric. That looks like so much more than, but it's not. Okay, we're good. I think because the very first block is only 7 stitches, that now the 10 blocks look enormous. And this first bottom 10 block isn't even 10 because it's only 9, I think. No, it's also 8. It's 8. So this first block is a little like skinny mini block. Okay, where am I off to? I'm off to this block. And okay, what I learned the other day, I don't know what to do with my needle because I don't have my magnet, is to go in the opposite direction of what you would normally work when starting with a parked thread. So I'm going to start with this light gray. Because the other parked threads in this block are down here, right on that first row. So in this way, I'm getting it out of my way. This salvaged edge I keep sewing it in, so I'm going to cut it a little bit so that maybe I won't catch it anymore. All right, how many of this? All right, I do have to pull this closer to me because ones aren't that good. All right, 4. I can do 4 of these. I made these nice and long because we're traveling so far that if I had made them my normal length, I would have been having to add and change thread quite often. So this is 3. How far? I'll deal with that when I get to it, I guess. 3 and 4. Trust the process. I loved that the way it had worked out. I did down here this dark gray, and then the black came up, and then all I had to do was fill in the yellow for the rest of the block. It was so nice. Such a nice change. Okay, now I'm going to do 5. My brain doesn't quite compute the over 2 as quickly as over 1, so I have to be a little careful. I definitely have put some stitches in the wrong spot. But we're going to keep on keeping on because it's a pretty cute piece. It would be nice to get it done for Christmas, but I'm not holding myself to that. I can tell you that much. But we had gone to the stitching store. We had an appointment for my youngest, and we had some time in between before we had to go back. And so we stopped at a coffee shop in the stitching store, and the coffee shop is right next to the stitching store, and it had the cutest chunky kitty there. Uh-oh. I think these are in the wrong spot. Yep, these are off. Undo this whole row. Fantastic. Super cute kitty. And then we stopped at the stitching store. I can't remember if we went to the stitching store first or second. It really doesn't matter to the story. Anyway, we go in, we're just looking around. I didn't really see anything that I was into that day, which is good. But my son saw this piece and was like, oh, I like that one. I want that one. And I was like, really? Are you sure? He said, it may take me a long time to get to it. Yep. Alrighty then. So they even had, I said, well, it must have been fake because they had the called for fabric out and ready to go. And it's not the exact color, but it is really darn close. So I was like, well, that has to be fate, right? Like, just obviously this piece was meant to come home and be. I just did it again. This is still in the wrong spot. It is just meant to be. Here we go. This should be the right stitch. See, I told you. But the nice thing is, it was super easy to undo, super easy to fix. They're not teeny tiny. Just really pleasant. I do want to work on that fairy though, because it will be exciting to get, because really I'm working on, as soon as we move the hoop, it will be the main body of the fairy, you know, and then I'll have like her hands are kind of off to the side and her head, but like a huge portion of her is going to be done, that will be exciting. I was so excited to work on this too. I haven't had breakfast. I'm telling you, I'm a hot, hot mess today. And the light coming in from the window is causing a big old glare. Just when I thought my professional level was getting higher. Baby steps. One tiny baby step at a time. All right, I finally got that row correct. Now we're doing 6. Alrighty. I think part of it too was I just wasn't really super hungry this morning. And what I was hoping to have, we didn't have. And that's okay. I'll get it later. Another time. Maybe on Thursday or something like that. Oh, knot count. First knot of the day. I will say the knots with the 3 threads is a little bit trickier than the single thread. Hey, that one wasn't too bad. I should put in my description that the music is Spirit City Lofi Sessions. Because if I don't, I think it could come back to haunt me. Let's put that in. Music provided by Spirit City Lo-Fi Session. There we go. So fancy. Oh, well, I'll just mess with it later, I guess. Too late. It's too late. I'll put it in later. I lost my thread. It is nice because in this particular pattern, hello kitten. It's an actual photo, the cover. Did you want to come up and say hi? Or are you just being a stinker? You coming up? No? Okay. How many have I done here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm also trying stitching this one in hand instead of the hoop. We'll see how this goes. See how long I can stand it. We're trying new things. We're being brave. I just love the open stitching. Feels so good. Feels so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I believe the next one is 7. Yep. What are you playing with? What are you chewing on? Oh, you can play with that. That is an allowed, an acceptable kitten toy. It's going crazy, going to town on it right now. So comforting when it all works where it's supposed to be. All right, and this last row in the 10 block is, don't mess with that, kitten. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can do that. I don't like that it just hooked to that thread though. Not sure I can undo that easily. Makes the piece what it is, I guess. Will I get all 9 with what's left of this thread? Not a great judge of how far the thread goes with these big stitches yet. There's 3. Six. Oh, hello, kitten. Are you here to help? Oof. There we go. All right, look at this cam. As usual. What a mess. No, that it just made everything crazy down. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 2, 6. Here we go. Here's 7. This one? Yeah, I guess so. 7. 8. And here, don't eat cords. Thank you very much. Cords are not good kitten toys. I think I am going to go ahead and park this, even though I'm only going to get like 2 or 3 stitches out of it. I still want to use as much as I possibly can. So the next place I will be in 1 over. Okay. So not there, right there. Okay. Still haven't figured out where I'm putting my needle on that. Park stitch right here. Now I get to work on the next color, which would be, let's just do this because that's what my brain wants to do. I can't be held back by rules. Oh, no, sir. No. Kitten got a hold of some thread and was trying to eat it. Oh, man, gross. Now it's all slimy. Yuck, bud. So now I've got to let that dry. Ugh, gross. Yeah, sorry, that's going to have to dry out. It is incredibly slimy. Okay. Oh, sweet, sweet kitten. So this one has 2 sets of 4. This is my color that I often describe. It's 415, which to me is like the blue milk color. Doing the blue milk color. I never did look that up. don't know what the kitten's getting into. What are you doing? Chaos. Now we have both doggos in here. Both doggos, a kitten. Not the older cat. So we don't have every. Oh, I'm finding this so relaxing right now. I will put some stitches in Curiosity today. I don't know if I want to do it on stream though. I am really enjoying this right now. Oh, good job, kitten. Don't mess with my cross stitch. Thank you. Do you ever have one that it just looks weird? Like this one right here looks longer. And I think I went to the half. I did like the half way part. I did it over 1.5 instead of over 2. Easy to fix. No problem. Ugh, that thread going across. It's gonna drive me nuts. We'll see if we can let it dry over here. There, it's a little less. But I am nothing if not chaos, you know? You know what I mean? Okay. better? Much better. Okay, this one goes 2 extra. Oh my gosh. So onto this. I'm going to double check this before I get too far. There should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indeed. When I first started on this first block, and I had parked, so I guess technically I had moved on to the second block. I kept stitching because these threads are so long and they're going underneath because I'm right on the edge of the piece. Like they kept getting caught, and I was like, I don't know if this method is going to work for me. Fingers crossed. It hasn't happened yet today, so maybe I've gotten far enough away from the corner. There's a little tiny box that the camera tripod came in. The kitten is sitting. The epitome of if it fits, I sit. Your booty doesn't fit in that box, sir. And so far, all of the colors except for the yellow were in my curiosity piece. So just pull the colors from there, which was kind of cool. Pretty fun, if you ask me. All right, where am I parking this one? I was hoping that thread was going to go back in and go to your hole. I think I'm going to park this one right here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, mark that it's parked. And then we will do the next part of this 10 block. Oh, okay, good. I didn't lose the needle. Just gonna be the black. I had to park this one funny because it was directly above it. So I just did the first leg here and then parked it in the bottom right, which is not my normal. I park in the bottom left, but because the stitch was directly above, now the kitten is sitting in the fish tank stuff. Not in the fish tank, but in the drawer that I keep supplies in, which is not really made to hold a kitten's weight. And he's knocking things out of it. Have I mentioned how fun it is having a kitten? Oh, what are you playing with now? No, that's an air stone for fish. And not a toy for kittens. Boy, you're on fire today. Just feeling the chaos. Okay, we're going to move these up. Move this up and out of the way. These are down and out of the way. Beautiful. Ooh, this thread is long. Not sure what I was thinking there. That is a really long thread. Maybe they all were and I just haven't had as many stitches to do on it. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 black stitches straight on top of each other. One, and in theory, it should all line up with the gray stitches and white stitches that I've already done. So there's 1. 2. And oh goody, it's working. Here comes the snail outline. And the part of me that stitched, the way I would normally stitch is I would just follow the thread and like until it ran out. And I would probably already have the outline of the snail done. But I'm trying to be true to this method and just enjoy it for what it is because, like I said earlier, I love having a clear space to stitch. It really does just feel so nice to not have to fight to get the stitches in. Okay, now I'm doing 2. Oh, you know what? How do I want to do this? I'm missing some. Hang on, we're going to back up just a little bit. Not all the way. We're just going to take out this one. Because I don't want to be, because there's another set in this block coming up this way. And I don't want to run the thread back and forth because A, it's black. Will probably show through. And B, I feel like that's a lot of extra bulk that I don't need. Or do I continue and then just drop down? You know what? Let's do that. Now that I've already pulled it out. The puzzle of parking. That's what Slow Stitch Yogi said. She said it's like a puzzle of where you're going to go and where you're going to park it. I thought I had the wrong fitting piece in this puzzle. Turns out I was right all along. All right, let's do these 2. Diagonal 2 more. It's getting a little ragged there, so let's tighten up, straighten up these threads a little bit. Why are we getting ragged? No, 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 no. Let's not do that. I just had that because that was really awkward the way I did that. You know, She's got style. She's got grace. She's a lady. That's what popped into my head as I was doing. Okay, here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention, I've had a couple sessions. Yay! All of my gaming came back with a vengeance. We had a long break on all of 3 of them, and they all 3 came back this week. So, I played. So earlier, I played Brexacraft, but I told you guys about that with the ghost. Our Friday game did end up getting postponed, so that one went away. And then the Saturday game where I play Okesh, she is a cleric in Dungeons and Dragons. We had a session there, and it was a super short session because the DM's computer isn't quite up and running yet. But he just kind of wanted to give us a recap and get us kind of back into the groove of things. There was a really cool moment where Kira, our ranger, had a scouting session, not a session, but during part of the session, she went out and followed some people and scouted them, and she did really well. There was one nerve-wracking roll, but luckily her stealth is so crazy high that she ended up being okay. But yeah, it was fun to get back into it. And then last night, played another session of Dungeons and Dragons with different folks, and in that one, I am playing Charmaine Smithy, and she is a fighter. Also, we kind of recapped and kind of got back into the swing of things. There was a lot of kind of traveling around back and forth. For some reason, our shadows are being eaten, and we're very unsure why. How many am I skipping here? Skipping 6 and then it's 7. And we were trying to leave the town that it was happening in, and we were drawn back to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it is 7. In theory, that's in the right spot. So yeah, we spent time traveling away and then eventually traveled back. We went and confronted them, and people seemed confused by it. So maybe the main guy isn't behind it, and maybe it's a little henchman guy. But whatever the case may be, we're not sure why our shadows are being stolen. We went and confronted him, but there was a ton of people there, and I think if we had entered into a fight, we might not have survived it. I think the DM was trying to give us a hint. Don't pick a fight on this one. So we have to maybe research. I don't know. Find another way in. I'm not entirely certain. I don't know. Ow, 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 kitten. No. Oh, brother. The kitten just went for a thread that was on my lap. Sorry. Here we go. Pure chaos. We'll never get it back the way that it was. This way? further? Yeah, he almost got like a glimpse of every which way. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. The choice of being live. Oh, brother. No, stop. Why are you being such a stinker? This is why I have to have peaceful music in my life. Oh, no. Okay. So now, where am I going to park this? Let's pull the pattern over. I just went down here. So I think, excuse me, I think I want to park it here. Which means I'm going to skip to Kitten. You are something else today. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna park it right here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. 1, 2, and I'm gonna park it right here. Okay, so the camera placement is definitely better than the original, but I still have to work on a little bit because I do still tend to pull back this way. But you know what? We're getting there. Baby steps. Okay, parked. Now, I believe I just get to fill in yellow for the rest of the block. Hooray! Hooray! I did the same thing with this one. I parked a leg in because I knew if I just parked in the top right and didn't put the leg in, I would think the stitch was going to go up. So I think I figured out a method if the stitch is right above that I can easily read my stitching and know where I was intending to go next. I think. I guess we will find out, won't we? Down the road when things get crazy down. Because it's all I've noticed, like when I have 1 or 2 blocks going, I don't mind the parked threads. But once it gets bigger and into multiple blocks, all of a sudden I start to no, that's not going to work for me. Every time I clear out parked threads, I do miss the clear space. I think the reason I like doing it block by block is because there's a clear definition of when to just move on to the next one. Although sometimes I think that gives you more threads than you would if you like more parked threads. I mean, surely it does. It has to. Look at this cute little snail shell coming in. Adorable. I don't know if I'll get my 250 in, but I do promise I'll get some stitches into Curiosity today. If it's off stream. And we'll get back into it on Wednesday. I think I'll have had enough of a palette cleanser by then. After this row, I'm going to have to... Dog is having a good back scratch. After this row, I'm going to have to pay attention a little bit more where the yellow goes. So I'm not just filling in. I think that's partially I'm interested in doing a stained glass type of piece because I think it would be very satisfying to just do all the outline first, which I think is usually done in 310. But not always. But it would be very satisfying to do the 310 and then just fill in the colors. I think that would be. But then you have to make yourself do all the black first. And what if your count is off? Oh no. Oh no. Panic. Panic. Okay. Now I'm just going. Oh. I don't have to pay attention that much. It's the end of the block. Just keep going in the line. There goes the camera. We have no stress, no worry. Moving right along. Not going to really be able to tell you how many stitches I did today at the end. So we'll just have to enjoy it for what it is, I guess. That's another downside of paper patterns is you're just losing that little bit of info. And sometimes, you know, those things can give you a push like, oh, I'm almost at another percentage, or oh, I've done 78 stitches. It'll be easy to get to 100, or, you know, whatever it is. Sometimes having those numbers can really be a good push. I guess along the same vein, they could also be a detriment. But I consider them usually a motivator. Really don't want to lose my threads here. I think I'm going to have to switch thread in a minute. In 20 count, there is a difference between 20 and 28 count for sure in the holes. But I tell you, the over 2 is, these things are enormous. It'd be like having a 10 count. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to end the thread. Can I make it to the end of this row? Oh, I don't think so. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Perfect. I'm going to end this one because I'm out. I have none left. I think with park threads too, it's easier for me to lose my scissors because not grabbing for them as much. All right, how slimy is this thread? Hey, it dried. Thank goodness. Oh, I'm gonna have to go buy more of this, I think. There's gonna be no way. No way there will be enough. Okay, this is a random single piece that I was using, or somebody was using, because I wasn't using this color in my other piece. Now, is this one, the question is, when you're using other people's threads, is this one cut already? Oh, we've got it. Does this count in knots? Because it's just the end of the piece? Okay. So let's unwind it a little. Oh yeah, it was cut. It was already cut. Well, I think I cut it. Why did I do it that way? No, it's not 3 pieces. That couldn't have been me. Because the next one is 2. The mystery deepens. I don't normally pull out 3 at a time like that, but this one was already pretty loose. All right, so I've got this long thread and this short thread, shorter, I don't think it's short, but it's shorter. All right, needle. My phone is buzzing me. Not an emergency. Try and remember to look at it later. We'll see. We'll see if I remember. I tried on the last thread I did to do a loop start, and while I love a loop start, I'm not very good at it. I think I've done it on the last 2 threads, and I had to redo them both at least 3 times. So I will probably just pin this one and go from there. We all have our favorites, don't we? The thing that works best for us. For me, it's pins. Pinning it. Okay. I thought I would struggle more with the over 2, and I did struggle at the start. I had to restart it a couple times. But then I think once you get going, It just, if it doesn't line up with the other stitches, it's very obvious. I mean, I did make a mistake earlier, but I caught it, so moving right along. Now this one's a little tricky because I already have a yellow pinned in this block. And I'm unsure if this yellow, and it doesn't go really anywhere else, I'm unsure if this yellow would make it all the way through. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I will pin it in the topmost section, and hopefully when I get back to it, I will remember not to do that one first. I guess we shall see. Okay, so I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 5. And up 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's up 1. Mark that I pinned that. Oh, that's an entirely different block. 1 block of 4 stitches. Fantastic. It's fine. We'll figure it out when we get there. But look at that. That's a whole block done. Ta-ta-da! And that's 100 stitches. Y'all, 100 stitches done. Easy. If only curiosity went this fast. Sorry if you get just like my big head in the way. I've always been, when I write, I like tend to put it down, head on the desk. Okay. All right. Moving right along. In search of good times. I thought I had 2 stitches in this block parked, but I don't. I just have the 1 because this one is in the other block. So let's organize real quick. We will straighten up all these threads. We will not leave them dangling for a kitten to enjoy. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sorry. And then we will start on this block. Hey ho. Let's go. So I'm doing 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Easy. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I almost went down, and that's not where I park. That's not where I park. And that is why they tell you to always park in the same spot of your 4 corners. Now this section is just like the chest of the kitty. And I'm sure visually on stream it is not super exciting, but stitching it feels so good because it's just every other row, back and forth, back and forth. I'd say other than working with 3 threads, which can tangle fairly easily, this is a great beginner stitch. I wonder if you compacted it and did it over 1, if it would lose its impact, you know? I almost want to try it, but I don't know if I really want to stitch this again because I wouldn't have someone get to really give it to, I don't think. I think there's only so many stitchy gifts you can give people. Unless they're just someone that really loves it like you do. before they start going, okay, I'm good. I'm filled up with stitchy things. Thank you kindly. All right, how many of these rows am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows in this block. So there's one. Next. It's just so easy. Okay, I really like the camera much better on this one, but I'm still going to have to figure out where it's going to sit so I don't bump it as much. But I think it's working much better in general. My husband said you should get those glasses with the camera in them, and I hate those so much for so many reasons. But I was like, oh, that's probably the only thing I could see using those for. It's a camera that just sits on my face. You see what I see. Otherwise, I kind of find them unethical. Is that just me? Just constantly. And the ones that, can scan something and then tell you more about it is also strange to me, because you could be scanning people or things that you're not supposed to be without consent. That feels icky. Hot take. I don't like the cameras with glasses. I know, get with the times, but I really don't like it. There's 2, see? And I know this isn't a full 10 block. It's just going so fast. So fast. See, I am a fast stitcher. I'm not a fast stitcher. Can maybe get one more stitch out of this. Yeah, that's it. That's the end. That thread. Okay. Now this color is my blue milk color, or 1 pot. Don't lose the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, what happened here? Did I grab the wrong end? I grabbed the inside. Perfect. Perfect. 1, 2. Oh my. What is happening? Why are there so what is this? What is this? I could use this in curiosity. That's probably why I've kept it. All right, let's try this again. Maybe I can find the end. 2, 3, 6. And then I double it because of what I'm doing. Look, I'm going to be out of 415. I'm going to have to go get more. Although 415 is a weird one. My mother-in-law had a friend leave her cross-stitching supplies. So she had some threads double up, and 415 was a double up thread. So I'll probably use that double up one use it up, and then we will all right, this one is too tightly wound, so I have to pull them out one at a time. Otherwise it will get all knotted and nobody wants that. Don't panic, nobody panic, it's not a knot. One and two. Three. I don't normally do that quite that awkwardly, but I was trying to show it on camera. All right. Got my 3 threads. Let's get them lined up and on the needle. There's 2. And 3. All right. Thought I was going to struggle more with threading 3 threads all at once, but it ended up being okay. Not as easy as 1 thread, I'm not going to lie, but not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Oop, I almost pulled that straight on through, just on my way. Hang on, hang on. A tail, but not a crazy tail. Don't forget to pin it. When in Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday, when Kira was, not alert, was doing her sneaking part of the game, she posted that "don't be suspicious" meme, and it made me laugh. All right, knot number 2 taken care of, hopefully. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Gotta love it. Although now I think I'm getting tail randoms in here, so let's clean this up. All right, mini tail from the last thread. Larger tail from this thread. There we go. Okay. Back to stitching. Oh, they said it was going to rain today, and it finally is. Used to never be sure. Well, I am never sure. A lot of times they'll say it's going to rain, and it rains all around our area. And we're in some weird little pocket that just doesn't get a lot of rain for some reason. The little bubble. Time for some coffee. Time for some water, really. But I'll get some water in a little bit. My nice cold coffee. Yes, it is the exact same cup that I started with an hour and a half ago. Maybe that's why I don't like coffee. So that's 3, and I said I had to do how many of these? 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indeed. Look, I mean, we have a lot of parch threads. I don't think it's terrible. Ooh, we may be entering my comfort zone or my discomfort zone. But in all reality, there's not a lot of color change. I think we'll be okay. I think if there was a lot of color changes, this method isn't going to work for me still. But with only a few, I think I'm doing okay. Because luckily this chart doesn't have too many colors. They are nice big chunks. We have a chunky cat, chunky stitches. Here we go. 6. 7. This is my 4th row, so I have 1 more row of the blue milk. Maybe you can see some lines in it. Or maybe you can just see them because I know where the blocks are ending right now. I guess we'll find out. I think the clearest one might be, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm stitching it this way to see how it goes. See how I like it. I really do think this is a great piece to do this on. Just the way it's charted, the way it is done. It's very cute. All right, now we head up and we park. And that one is ready to be marked. Marked and parked. Okay, this one's not very long. Oh no, this isn't. This is for the other block. Okay. New red in 762. Wait, what? Let's. Where's that bobbin? Lost in the chaos. Hopefully the kitten didn't leave with it. Because I had it, I'm pretty sure, when I started. Oh boy. It could be anywhere. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know where the thread went. Seven, 6, 2. Trying to hunt everywhere that the kitten's been. See if it's in this. I don't think it is. No. Not there. All right. Interesting. Downside of parking, easy to lose threads, maybe? This is what happens when you don't put them away again. Did it get hooked up in this one, maybe? No, it's not in Curiosity either. Oh no. I think the kitten has run off with it. Now the question will be, where? Because what number did I say it was? 762? Yeah. I was clearly already working with it. It's not in my bobbin. Well, phooey. That's not very fun, is it? Maybe that is my sign. Although I did want to finish the block. Go ahead and work on Curiosity for the last little bit. Because that color is gone. So we'll finish this one for there, I guess. We will come back to it after I find the color. So yeah, made some good progress. You can see I'm working right over here, getting the snail in. All right, we'll regroup. We will pull out Curiosity. And figure out what to do. I thought, oh, the yellow one's going to be the stinker, but it turns out it was not. All right, I'm going to pull up my digital pattern. and see where I'm at. Watch, it'll be the same color. I'll need the same color. Okay, where am I at? All right, 30-42, one stitch. 30-42. Move the highlighters because I don't need those now. Right, not too bad. We'll roll with it. Keep on keeping on. Hopefully I'll find the thread bobbin out just in the living room or something. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Not that long ago, the kitten ate a string, like a whole string, and it caused some havoc. So hopefully I will find an intact bobbin somewhere. I'm probably going to have to adjust though now that the camera's in a different spot. All right, I use my book seat that has my pattern on it. Ooh, very much of a glare. And I hide all the things on my book seat away from the kitten that he's not supposed to have. He's already lost one of my dice. It's somewhere in the house. Who knows where? Could be anywhere. Okay. So there's 1, 2. I'm going up here. Well, now I tell you, these stitches feel tiny again. They felt normal, and now, oh, bump. Now they feel so tiny. Did I do this in the right spot? Unclear. Try again. I think I was. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. All right. Chaos, slow down. We're not in a hurry to put in one single stitch. I think I'm getting hungry, so I'm getting clumsy. Why is this? There we go. Okay. That'll help. You can see a cat hair stitched in. Dog hair, cat hair. Who knows? I pretty much always assume it's cats because they lay on everything, right? Okay. Let's just get this stitch in, you know? Then we can say I worked on curiosity. Right. Yeah. Okay. Pinned down and in. One stitch. Complete. Here, I can bring up my curiosity too. Oh, that's not what I meant to add. There we go. Okay. One stitch of 6, 4, 7. Oh, this is like a sage green. I was not anticipating that. Interesting. All right, threads. Why can't we be friends? This is obviously the one that wants to come out, so we're gonna let that happen. Now, where does this stitch go? These single stitches, I tell you. I tell you. I think now you know why I needed that palette cleanser and just to have some stitches all in a row. Makes this easier to face though, you know. Just putting single stitches in that you're not even sure in the grand scheme of thing makes a difference, but they do. I really do. Most of the time I feel that way. There are a couple where you're like, I didn't need to do. You can't even tell it's there. And while this particular color maybe could have been, you know, the same color as the one that I just did, I think having that lighter color there does add some dimension. There we go. One stitch. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that so that I keep leaning my arm across. We'll get there someday. Oh, this next one will have more than one. I will be so fancy. Okay. 918. It's a reddish orange. Orangey red. Okay, my friend, you go. So I've got one block here, second block here. Oh, I made that thread way too. Okay, we're just gonna pull that like. It's so funny how, especially when they're this small, a single stitch feels so almost insignificant. But then when you look at the greater piece, it's just pretty fantastic. Is this where I want to be? Doesn't feel right. That does not feel right. That is not the correct spot. That was a close one. Disaster averted. I think part of it is I can see what it is when I'm looking at the picture, but when I'm stitching, especially off stream, I don't reference the picture very much. And I pretty much never even see it. And so I'm sitting there stitching this and for hours and hours going, what even is this for? Why is this here? It doesn't make any sense. Her skirt, like I'm looking at this open space and I'm like, her skirt looks awful. What is happening? It doesn't. When you look at the whole picture, it looks just fine. It looks really good. Have to trust the process. Okay, so it does go one stitch off the page, which we're going to go ahead and do after this one. Pin it. Oh, does that count as in that? It's in, I'm already done. I guess so, because I have to untangle it. Not number 3. Easy, easy peasy. All right, symbol. 1 stitch of 3, 8, 6, 4. I think. Just had a text message come in, so now I can't see it. There we go. 3, 8, 6. Single stitch, tiny little piece. It's all coming together. The synergy. All right, I'll put this in. And then we'll probably call it a day. What do you think? 7 stitches into Curiosity so far? Yeah, we got this. All right, where am I at is the question. This one's harder to tell. All right, well, let's do it off our blank spaces. That's going to make my life easier. 2. Okay, here it is. That's the 2. So I'm going directly across from that. All right, well, that's part of the chaos. I think I'm going right here. No. Aha! I found it. Ultimately, it is 1 stitch on the very edge, so I'm not sure that it makes that big of a difference. But it does feel good to know you put it in the right spot. pin it to win it. There's a little bit of orange poking through from a tail that I would like to not be there. There we go. I could possibly get another single stitch out of this thread, but it would be tight. So I think we're going to call it for this little thread. End of thread, end of stream. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Well, I do think I'm going to end it there. I do probably need to eat something today. Mark this off so I don't forget I did it. Oh, yeah. We did get a couple stitches in on Curiosity. How many did we get? 9. Look at that. I underestimated myself. So we got 9 stitches in. We have 59,824 stitches done of 177,188 total. I'm at 33.76%. I will try to put some more stitches in this today, but honestly, if I find the thread that I was looking for, I may go back to working on Friends because I was enjoying myself. Friends got over 100 stitches today, and we made good progress. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. It's been fantastic. Feel free to leave me some comments. I would love to hear what you're thinking, what you think about any of the changes that I've made. And yeah, I will see you next time.